You have probably felt it before. That quiet moment when you are always there for others. You reply fast, help people, and show up every time. But somehow, people do not treat you as important. You think this is kindness and builds real connection. But here is what you do not see. You are giving more than people plan to return. And it does not feel like someone is using you. It feels normal, friendly, and safe. That is why it becomes dangerous. People do not take from you loudly. They take slowly and quietly, again and again. And this is where it changes. You might be making it easy for them. You do not notice it at the start. It begins small, almost harmless. A quick favor here, a small compromise there. You tell yourself it is not a big deal. And honestly, at first, it really is not. But here is what you do not see. Small patterns grow into silent habits. Soon, you become the person everyone calls for help, but never the one they call just to check on. You listen, support, and always show up, but you rarely get the same energy back. Still, you stay quiet. You do not want to look selfish or difficult, so you keep giving. And this is where it changes. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. Here is a lie most people quietly believe. If I am good to people, they will be good back. It sounds fair, simple, and even logical, but real life does not follow that rule. Kindness does not always create respect. Being available does not bring real appreciation. In fact, it often creates the opposite effect, because some people read kindness in a different way. They do not see care. They see easy access. They see opportunity, not value. And here's what you do not see. The more you give without limits, the more normal it feels. You think you are building trust with people, but sometimes you are just making it easier for them. Kindness without awareness becomes silent permission. The truth is uncomfortable, but you need to hear it. Most people do not plan to use you on purpose. They are not sitting and thinking how to take advantage. It is much more subtle than that. People follow patterns without even noticing them. And here is what you do not see. If you're always giving, adjusting, and sacrificing, that becomes your role in their mind. People repeat what works for them. If taking from you feels easy, they keep doing it. Not because they're evil people, but because it costs them nothing at all. And this is where it changes. There is no drama, no fights, no clear warning signs. Just a slow shift where you become the giver. And once that role sets, breaking it becomes very hard. There are patterns you need to start noticing clearly. They are simple, but easy to ignore at first. The person who texts only when they need help. The friend who shares problems but disappears when you need support. The colleague who asks favors but never gives anything back. These are not random actions. They are repeated signals showing a clear pattern. But here is what you do not see. Your brain tries to protect the relationship. You want to believe it is real and balanced, so you justify their behavior. You excuse it and make it feel normal. And every time you do that, the pattern grows stronger. You become predictable and always available. And that predictability makes you easy to use because there is no resistance, no limits, no consequence. And this is where it changes. People respect limits, not endless availability. At some point, something starts to shift inside you. You feel drained, tired, and slightly frustrated. Sometimes even a quiet sense of resentment appears. But you cannot fully explain why it feels this way because technically you said yes to everything. And here is what you do not see. This is the moment where awareness begins. It is not only about what others are doing. It is also about what you've been allowing. And this is not blame. It is power. Because if your actions built the pattern, then your actions can break it too. You do not need to change everyone around you. You only need to change what you accept from them. And this is where it changes. You stop asking why people act this way. You start asking why you made it easy. If you do not change this pattern, it will not stay the same. It slowly becomes worse over time. You give more, but feel less valued inside. You try harder, but feel even more invisible. And here is what you do not see. It starts changing how you see yourself. You begin to believe your worth is what you give, that your role is to support others at any cost. And this is where it turns dangerous. The more you ignore your own needs, the easier it becomes for others to ignore them too, until one day it becomes very clear. You built relationships where you are needed but not respected, and those are the hardest ones to leave. So how do you stop this without becoming cold or distant? You do not stop being kind. You become more aware. First, notice the patterns around you. Who takes more and gives very little back? Second, slow down your responses. You do not have to say yes right away. Third, set small and clear boundaries. Not harsh, not rude, just honest and simple. I cannot do that right now. That is enough. And here is what you do not see. Watch how people react to your change. Those who respect you will adjust their behavior. Those who are using you will start to push back. That reaction tells you everything you need to know. Start valuing your time the way others already do. And this is where it changes. Respect grows when you decide where to stop. At the end of the day, this is not about blaming others. this. It is about seeing things clearly for what they are, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it again. You notice patterns, behaviors, and quiet expectations around you. And here's what you do not see. That awareness starts changing how you move every day. You become more intentional and more selective with your energy, not closed off, just no longer available for everything. And this is where it changes. People stop taking you for granted over time, because now access to you is earned, not assumed. And that is where real respect finally begins.